Good afternoon. On this 10th of July, I am standing on Carrow Road Bridge, the railway bridge. Someone's dropped a wagon wheel there, a wagon wheel chocolate bar, and the train. If I can get my finger out of the way, that is. Train now going into Norwich Station. So a couple of weeks ago, I said I would be I did a video on where I used to watch trains as a child. Well, this might as well be part 2. This might as well be part 2, because next to this because nearby I showed you what we call Cram Point, but it was a road off Fort Road. Well, these steps here I used to sit as a child. Now this is Hardy Road, and we have another train here. This one's coming from Liverpool, and we used to sit here or sometimes here, but this bloody bush is in the way. The stinging nettle bush. Very nice flowers though. And there used to be a corner shop, a typical British thing, corner shop, and I used to be able to sit there and watch the trains. But unfortunately, there's a tanker train in the distance. Unfortunately, they don't seem to trim it back, and it would be good if they could. So what I thought I'd do is I thought I'd take you for a walk down this rather hidden part of the city, Norwich, and take you right round and finish up at what will probably be my next video, the football stadium. Because the football stadium, Carrow Road Stadium, home of Norwich City, is 90 years old this year, in August 1935. I don't know what day, I'll have to find out. But we're just going round the back of the railway cottages. There's railway cottages down here, and as you can see, you can clearly see Cram Point that I was referring to in my last video, which focused on, well, it's not even been published yet, so you may well see this virtually one after the other. And as you can see, that's a railway workers' cottage, and stop Sizewell C. I don't know what person who invented that sign means that I've actually been in Sizewell B power station many years ago. Couldn't go in A because it's well, it was fully active. So I went in Sizewell B probably while it was under construction, and now they want Sizewell C because A is going to become defunct, B is going to be the main one, and C is going to be built. And C's going to be built to replace B, and I suppose while C's fully operational, I'll go for D. As these things do happen. Now, I'll bring you around here. This back alley of Norwich. This is someone would come with a car, wouldn't they? Someone would come down here with a car. No, it's fine. So, oh, sorry, I've just vibrated my phone. I don't want the ringtone blasting out while I'm recording. So, poop scoop area. Another dog. Typical railway person's cottage. It's a glorious day. I've just had a Coke Zero at the Coach and Horses in Fort Road. Very refreshing. Now, as you can see, wait a minute, that road where I started the video is up there, and Hardy Road, that road there is Cozen's Road. Of course, we've got named after probably the solicitors, Cozen's, Hardy and Dewson. I live not far from a Dewson Road. That's Cozen's Road, and this is Hardy Road. And this here is the former Laurence Scott, the Gothic Works, the Laurence Scott Electromotors, where my grandfather, my maternal grandfather, worked. He worked at Laurence Scott LCS. No, LSE, sorry. Laurence Scott Electromotors. And it was one of the big companies that, well, it had two bases in Norwich. This was the railway works, and there was another work elsewhere. And my grandfather he drove the interior trucks that would move the parts that were too big to be carried by hand. And it was here, it's, as you can see, it's now called Wolong Laurence Scott. I don't know what Wolong is, but Laurence Scott and Co. 1920. Now, here is Kerrison Road, and ahead of you of course is the football ground. That's what we would know as the South Stand. It's now the Gerald Stand. And these lovely Victorian, what's the names? And of course, this was the original factory to LSE, Laurence Scott Electromotors. And it's now home to flats, apartments, as things do end up these days. They end up as pubs get turned into apartments, corner shops get turned into apartments, factories, if they're graded, grade 3, grade 2, they get transformed into apartments with the planning permission. And of course, I'm taking this nice and slowly. I do have a number of other videos to show you. That there was a corner shop as well. Both long gone. Ahead of you is not the Premier Inn, but is it the Holiday Inn or something like that? And you've got all these lovely old houses, old Victorian houses that have been modernised. And I will just show you another bit, because all this is relevant. I used to spend my childhood down here when I should have been at Waterloo Park, or perhaps Wensum Park, or perhaps the Sewell Park. Sometimes I was just down here riding my bike, watching the trains. And of course, you got up to, and people will be saying, "You mysterious child." Every child's mysterious. And as you can see, Laurence Scott, the last part, and we have now, we're at the football stadium. Oh, a twin tone siren. I've not heard a twin tone siren for a while. This road, incidentally, is called Canary Fields. I wouldn't have fire engines coming this way. Has a fire alarm gone off? Oh, he's going down there. going down by the side of the stadium, the city side, the small stand. Well, I hope there's not another fire. There was a fire at Carrow Road 41 years ago. It's destroyed the then main stand, and of course 1985 you had the Valley Parade stand, which was, well, it was a wooden stand, so it just went up within a matter of minutes, a couple of minutes. It went from a smouldering fire into a raging inferno within, what, 2 or 3 minutes? And that was horrifying. It claimed the lives of, I think, about 60 people. And luckily no one was hurt at the Carrow Road fire in 1984. But well, there was no match on, but there was at Valley Parade in Bradford, and that was a shocking turn of events. As you can see, all fairly modern apartments. And the bus, there's one here at 3:20. There's a bus at 3:20. So, and then the next bus is not until 20 to 5, 3 minutes after 20 to 5. So as you can see, these are all modern, and you can see the old factory, and down on through the gaps there you can see the old Coleman's works, the Coleman's mustard factory, which itself is waiting for conversion into housing. Canary Fields, all these houses as flats, apartments are new. And we have Geoffrey Watling Way. Geoffrey Watling was a chairman of the football club, Norwich City Football Club. And as you can see, you can see Carrow Road ahead of you, Norwich. Rivals, East Anglian rivals with Ipswich Town. I could say it differently, but I would get in trouble. This block of flats is called Nethercott Bank, Ken Nethercott, after Ken Nethercott, a famous Norwich City player. I think he was the goalkeeper. He played in the 1959 Cup run, which got when Norwich were a 3rd Division South side, and they got to the semi-final of the FA Cup, and they beat Manchester United in the 3rd round. They beat Tottenham. They beat Sheffield United. Robinson Bank, This one's called Robinson Bank on Geoffrey Watling Way. It's Robinson Bank. Another famous Norwich player, but they beat, and they only lost to a goal that Billy Bingham of Luton Town said never should have stood. It certainly wouldn't have stood these days with VAR, but VAR can be an absolute pain to some teams. It can be a saviour to other teams. People will say that Liverpool won the Premier League with VAR. Brennan Bank. My answer to that is no, they didn't. If you take away the goals that Liverpool had achieved through VAR, you'll find they'd have still won the title comfortably as well. And yeah, Allison Bank, another ex-Norwich player, and I will end my video up here at the corner of what we fans call the River End. It's I don't know what it's called, the Norwich and Peterborough Community Stand or something like that, some posh name. It's the oldest stand. It's now coming round. It's the oldest stand in the ground. Opened in the, I think, 78-79 season. Allison Bank. So, I don't know what this block's called, but this is the River End. And to think this stadium was built in 90 days, under 90 days. These two ends to begin with, you just walked up a hill with steps on, and it was an open stand until a roof was fitted. It had to be opened fairly quick because the nest where they played, the nest where Norwich played, well, the health and safety officers would have a fit because it was literally built. This is Ashman Bank, Ron Ashman. And, well, health and safety would have had a seizure these days. Because it was quite literally part of an old quarry. It was a quarry, for goodness sake. I mean, it held quite a few thousand. And they played there from 1908 to 1935, 27 years. Previous to that, they were at Newmarket Road on what is now a school sports field. They played there from their founding in 1902 and they went into the Southern League, and oh, there's the fire engines. I reckon that was a practice. So my next video will probably be on the football stadium. So there you see the 1984-85 City stand, and it's designed. It could have an extra tier put on if need be, and I think it should, to come up with the height of the River and Barclay stands, and make this into a twin tier stand, so it looks a bit like Celtic Park. It goes all the way around at one height, and then you've got the Darrell stand at the other end. So, memories of my childhood. Here, the player on that hoarding there is Duncan Forbes. 6'2", eyes of blue. Duncan Forbes is after you. And I end my video here, and thank you very much for watching.